Hello, welcome to my channel, The Ascension Guide. I'm your guide, Joe Martin. So today's message from Ariah kind of stems back to a whole mission that we've been sent on, which is why I haven't been making a lot of videos lately. I've been preparing for this, although I didn't know, but mentally and physically and I guess emotionally, all different ways. I've been sort of preparing over these past few months for this mission that was given to us, my wife and I, last month. So I was doing Reiki on my wife one day, and she had asked Ariah to show us what our next steps were. And while I was doing the Reiki, I started to see a map of the United States with a red line going across from Pennsylvania all the way through the Plain States and through across I-80 all the way to California to see some friends and family, and then down to New Mexico and back home. My dad lives in New Mexico, and I got these images and messages that let me know that people needed my help. And after that, I got a phone call from some family, and I called them to let them know I was coming, and found out a lot of information. And there's a lot going on back home, and there's a lot of friends and family that need my help. So we are on our way out to do that. When I got the message, it was the 31st of March, and we left April 4th. So pretty quick turnaround. We had no plans to be across the country right now. As you can see, my background is a little bit different than normal. But as we were leaving, we were probably about 4 or 5 hours from home. We got a blowout on our tire, and we were broken down on the side of the highway. We were stuck there we called around 8 o'clock to the towing company because, bad on me, I didn't check, but I bought a brand new car less than a year ago, and I assumed that it came with a spare. But just a heads up for all of you, apparently most new cars don't come with a spare unless you ask for it and pay for it. They come with repair kits. So we were on the side of I-70 West, and I should say the left side, and the median was open, so we were kind of stuck where traffic is whizzing by on both sides of us. And I'm trying to fix this tire to no avail. So we call the tow truck company around 8 o'clock, the emergency roadside, whatever it is, and they send us a text saying that they'll be there in about 78 minutes. So 2.5 hours later, we call them and say, hey, it's a little past 78 minutes. And they said that they were sorry, and of course that they would get a hold of somebody and send them out to us. So now it's about 2:30 in the morning, and we're still sitting there, and the nerves are a little on edge, to be honest with you, for both of us. More my wife than me, but so as we're sitting there, and I'm like, you wanted us to go on this mission to go help people. We don't have the money to do it. We're doing it all on a faith. And then you blow out our tire, and we're stuck in the middle of the road, and nobody's coming to help us. And I got the message, wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. And I'm getting all tingly now. But so I'm sitting there, and I'm kind of trying to fall asleep as best I can, waiting for this tow truck, while every time a truck goes by, your car is shaking and waking you up and whatever. So that was a little bit difficult. We didn't get much sleep. Anyways, the tow truck driver ended up picking us up around 5 a.m. and getting us to a tire shop. And luckily, they opened at 7 a.m. when they got there, and luckily we were the first people there, obviously. And they were able to get us in and get our tire changed, and we were back on the road by about 7:40. But it's been quite the test, and I know that they had to see if we were for real, right? So the first test was making sure that, we're going on blind faith, that we'll be taken care of on this trip. And so far we have been. We had the minor setback, which was another test to see if what we had learned. How was I going to react? Was I going to be angry? Was I going to go back to my old cycles, my old self, my old way of thinking and doing and reacting to the world? And were we going to turn around and give up? Which the thought definitely crossed both of our minds. But we didn't. And we decided to keep going. And decided that we knew we'd be taken care of. That we trusted our everything that's happened, everything that's led up to this point has happened for a reason, has happened to us specifically, I think, for this trip. That, well, this trip is sort of the next chapter, I believe. This is where it starts to go to the next level, and I'm starting to see it already. So anyways, we drove through a few different states, made it through Laramie, Wyoming, and everything kind of came together there. We were driving through the Rockies, and I believe they were the Rockies, and it was this feeling. You could feel the vibration. We later read that there was a lot of quartz in that area in the rocks, and the elevation was 7,200 feet. So if any of you have ever been up that high, the air is different up there. And then we just saw the most beautiful sunset we'd ever seen in our lives. And my eyes were welling up. I couldn't even control it. I'm not an emotional person, but it was just it was a whole nother level. We have pictures and everything, but they don't put you there, and we that was the next message, was kind of you can see something somewhere, you can see a picture of something, but when you don't experience it for yourself, you're not getting the full value of that. You're not gonna, this background is beautiful, but you seeing it on camera is nothing compared to being there and being able to see and feel is the bigger thing. Feeling the energy of these places and feeling what it feels like to be in that moment and have that beauty around you. And I think that's the bigger message here. And like I said, we don't have money, so this isn't like we're in just high rollers that are going and doing this thing. We're doing this all on faith and credit cards. So we know that there's the bigger picture, though, and we see it all coming into fruition. But feeling that energy, feeling that moment, I think that was the first moment in my life where I felt bliss and what that truly feels like. And it wasn't anything money could pay for. It wasn't anything that there's no amount of money on this planet that I would trade for that moment. You couldn't do it. So I think the message in that is we get so caught up in our day-to-day, and maybe, it's a little overextending, or maybe you'll have to pay back this credit card for the rest of your life, but it's going to be worth it to experience. We get this much time on this planet, and if all we do is sit in front of the TV and watch other people do things and worry about our bills and those, we're just trapped in a cycle. And, take a leap of faith. And, everybody's different. I'm not saying that, everybody's guided in the same way and the things will turn out the same, but I'm saying that if we don't make 1% from this and we get into debt for the rest of our lives because of this trip, it will be worth every single penny because of the experiences that we've had. And when we got here to Lake Tahoe behind me, the feeling here, I feel like I'm floating. The vibration here is a whole nother level, and I feel different. And when we got here, we had booked a basic room or whatever, and we talked to the guy at the front desk, and he asked us what we were doing, traveling across the country from Pennsylvania, and we told him. And so after that, he gave us an upgrade, and that's the view that you see behind me. So Ariah's helping us, and I know God works in mysterious ways, or however you want to say it or look at it, but it's it's been amazing. And the synchronicities along the way, along our path, showing us that we're doing the right thing. And then last night, here in Tahoe, we went out to a magic show, it was like a comedy magic show, and it was hilariously entertaining. If you're ever in Lake Tahoe, I highly recommend it. But after the show, well, actually before the show, we were going to get something to eat, trying to, and while we were looking at the menu, this couple approached us and just started talking to us, and one thing led to another, and they wanted to know our story, and so we told them, and as far as I know, that we're going to be meeting them here shortly to finish talking to them and helping them. And then we went to the magic show, where afterwards I had a crowd of about maybe 10 people where we were talking about all of the things that I tell you guys about, and discussing the book, and discussing this trip, and discussing whatever they wanted to know. And I think we have a couple more appointments hopefully today to help some other people with some healing sessions. So it's been amazing. It's the people are just finding us, and they're coming up to us and talking to us, and I'm blown away by the whole process. It's very humbling, and I don't know, I can't even put it into words properly. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on here all day. This mission here, we don't know how long it is for. It's sort of an indefinite. I don't know. It's however long we need to help people, and whoever needs our help along the way, and we're traveling across the country to do so. So if you need help, reach out, and maybe we'll be stopping by where you live. This mission here too is also the next book. All the stuff that I just mentioned in this video is in the book already, but that will be volume 2 of the Ascension Guide. It will be the detailed, the detailing of this journey, and whoever gives me permission when I do the Reiki sessions, whatever I see and whatever is going on, I'm gonna write that also if they give me permission. So it should be a cool combination of whatever experiences that happen to us along the way, such as the things that I mentioned already, as well as the healing sessions, which every day it seems like more and more keep popping up in front of us. So I look forward to helping everybody, and like I said, if you need help and you would like us to stop by, and we're going to be by your city, then we will definitely do so. So you can leave a message below. My email is on there, and you can contact me and let me know. Thanks everybody. As always, go ahead and like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Helps the algorithm and all these good things that help people to be able to see these videos. So thanks everybody. Love and light to all of you. Goodbye.